You are watching
If
Xirtus.
you don't mind, I want to go back to the King Kill 33 because I was trying to look it up for the longest time and I can't find. Wasn't there a song like a Marilyn Manson song or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah,
that?
it's on Hollywood, which syncs with Hodorowski's Holy Mountain. Yes.
Unholy Wood, because he also did a song called King Kill 33.
That's what I'm saying. That song is on Hollywood. It's towards the end, I think. Yeah.
Oh no, but I thought I heard one that talked about like Jack Ruby and the Ruby Slippers and Oz and Oswald. Wasn't there something like that put to music or something like that?
Well, I mean, there's
Maybe
different.
it wasn't Marilyn Manson, but
Huh. Well, on that album, he has like, the John Lennon thing of nothing's going to change the world instead of my world, and has like, there was Lennon in Happy Gun, there was Blood on the Pavement, we were looking for the Lamb of God, we were looking for Mark David, and then that ties in with like that is a communication around the whole scapegoat ritual, and then King Kill 33. This song here also communicates the same phenomenon, relating it to like John Kennedy. Yeah.
I was just looking for the actual things that were said about the connections between the Wizard of Oz and the assassination of JFK.
If you want, there's a website. Oh, I forget how to say it. It starts with an N, Nakarat or something. There's like a great website on the esoteric communications throughout Marilyn Manson's whole career, and a lot of it goes into the significance of King Kill 33 and how Marilyn Manson related to it, which isn't exclusive to Marilyn Manson by a long shot.
Is it called the Nakarat?
Yeah, is that what it is? Yeah, thank you. The Nakarat.
No, I'm asking you.
I think that is what it's called, something like that. Yeah, if that's not what it is, it's something very close. But yeah, I don't know if I would assume it's still up, but yeah, it's a really solid empirical website that just goes through his whole artistic career, and there's stuff in there that would really interest you, like having to do with the Trinity test and like these different significant locations as they relate to not necessarily ley lines, but like just like power centers and stuff. And Marilyn Manson's interest in them. Yeah, it's pretty trippy.
The Trinity site took place in the Journey of Death. Did you ever know that? It's called like the Giorno de Muerte.
Oh, huh. The Death Valley thing is great. Like Hollywood was recorded at the hideout of the Manson family, the place that they were going to go when everything went down, like when the race war happened, everything, they're going to go to this spot. Because his first album, Portrait of an American Family, was recorded at the exact same location as the Downward Spiral from Trent Reznor, which was, they set up the studio around the exact spot in the house where Sharon Tate was killed. So like where Sharon Tate's body was found, they recorded the Downward Spiral, and they recorded Portrait of an American Family. And then from there, Marilyn Manson went on to record at the Manson family hideout.
Was that supposed to be Jack Kennedy in that last picture that you just showed?
I believe so.
That was a painting by Marilyn Manson of JFK. Yeah.
Yeah.
What did it have to do with the Trinity site? Because the Trinity test was at 5:29 a.m., which wasn't that Kennedy's birthday?
No, there was a test. I don't know how to find this information, but I've seen it multiple times. When everything shut down in the government after the assassination of JFK, at the exact same time, there's an actual nuclear test that happens, but it's not called the Trinity one. I think its code name was the Greys, because somebody had associated it to the fact that the Greys Almanac shows up. There's a lot of weird.
It was Joe.
JF Kennedy Drive and
Joe has a video on it, along with the Back to the Future predicts 9/11. There's another video on the Greys connection with the nuclear thing and the JFK assassination.
Right.
Yeah.
So and there's some other things in linking to something that had to do with nuclear bombs, something that Kennedy was doing with nuclear bombs, and how that involves like the alien race of the Greys and all this weird shit. I don't know exactly how all of that goes, though.
What website are we looking at there? What is that, Thomas?
This is just an article about Trent Reznor renting the Cicero Drive where Sharon Tate died to record Downward Spiral, and I guess when asked about it, claimed that he didn't realize that this was the Tate murder scene, which seems unlikely.
Yeah, I've seen several quotes from him where he
He
overtly
long
lies
claimed
about
no
the whole
past
thing.
knowledge of the house and gory history when he first saw it, only realizing it was a Manson murder house after he had signed the rental deal.
Yeah, it's bullshit. And
Of course.
he took with him the door that had pig written on it in blood, and he used that as the door for his recording studio that got taken out with the floods in New Orleans. So like,
do you know, is this the Le Pig studio setup? Did they call it Le Pig before the murders, or is this something that got applied after the murders? That would be like a weird coincidence, no?
What do you mean after the murder? This is 1968 when was Trent Reznor born? I don't know what.
No, I know, but this is a photo of the actual.
Recording
I guess this
from
is
Reznor.
Trent Reznor's recording studio.
Yes,
That he sets up. Okay, he names it Le Pig.
This was always the accusation of this, kind of superficial, but the accusation of Trent Reznor was that, oh man, you'd be nothing without your big fancy studio. Like your albums wouldn't be like this, you know, because there's the production level of Nine Inch Nails is insane, right? And so when he lost his New Orleans studio, which was said to be like the greatest recording studio in the world, you know, he started from scratch to do Year Zero, which, you know, is a phenomenal album. And he did it with like just, you know, hardly anywhere near the equipment. It's so basic compared to everything that he had once upon a time.
Did he lose it in Katrina?
Yeah, I think it was Katrina. He lost it it got flooded away. But like, I have a weird personal sync thing there because I play the Downward Spiral with Titanic, and there's a phenomenal happening there. Like if you look on the website, it's pretty mind-blowing. But like I treat it that, like, you know, I trip out on the door that Jack and what's her name, Rose, are like she survives on the door and then he drowns, and the way that he lost the door in the flood, like the water took the pig door with it. So it's like, I don't know, I have like a personal weird trip out.
Doors are like portals, right? Those are symbolically
The
sure.
doors, yeah,
The door to heaven.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
that's
the
a good
thing.
point.
And then Jay Sebring was Jim Morrison's hairdresser, right? And he died with Sharon Tate at the same time. And you know, there's a quote from Jim Morrison where he says some of the worst decisions in my life were haircuts. And like he right shortly thereafter, after his hairstylist of his whole career had since to become famous, had died, he got a bad haircut. Like, and you can see it, like he did this performance where his hair is like too short because they had to keep cutting back because they just screwed it up. So screwed up his haircut, and then he never got another haircut. And like he moved to France, right? And his hair just kept on growing. He grew out the beard, and he gained all this weight. And it's like in some weird way, it's like, dude, did Jay Sebring dying make it so that he just gave up on his hair, which is like, it's like a Samson Delilah thing. It's like he lost his hairstylist, and now it's just, this is the end of him, you know? So when he says some of the worst decisions in my life were haircuts, it's almost like, is that literally like, is that not just like a joke? Like he really meant that, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
I've been trying to figure out like what the symbolism of like the haircut is in this matrix, because I mean, hairdressers have a reputation for being crazy, and like,
right. Well, there's the Withnail and I thing of like, you know, all hairdressers are in the employment of the government because your hair are your odes that connect you to the cosmos. That's why bald men are so uptight. No offense, Thomas.
Plenty.
You got a lot of hair. You got a lot of hair though, so your facial hair still counts as your ode. So you're still
okay. I appreciate you give me an out.
Yeah.